All right, section 1-6, this is called ordered pairs and relations. And what we have here, this will be on page 54. We're just going to go through some of the vocabulary. First term that you see halfway down is called a coordinate system. So the entire screen that you're seeing right now, with the origin down here in the bottom left corner, the y-axis, the x-axis, the whole system there, the screen that you see, is called a coordinate system. So that's just a group of points on two number lines, and we call that a coordinate system. So the other thing we have here is this line that goes up and down. All right, this line right here is called the y-axis, and this line right here is called the x-axis. Now, a good way for me to remember this is I call this the y-axis, and the reason I do is the y's are the rise. If you can hear me say that rhyme there, that's a good way to remember that the y-axis goes up and down because the y's are the rise. It rises up and down. And then the x, if you just look at a letter x, it makes a cross, and x is a cross, so it goes across. This is the line that goes across. You're looking at the x-axis, which makes a cross. So I don't know if that helps you remember it, but I've found that that has in the past for some of my students. All right, and then we have what's called the origin down here. That is the point right there where the x and y-axis meets. That is the point 0, 0. All right, and now we're going to do some graphing here. All right, so example 1 on page 55 says graph each ordered pair on a coordinate system. So you make an x and y graph, or x and y axis, and then we're going to graph these points. So the first point is 4, 1. So what I'd like you to do is we're going to start right here at the origin. Right here is the origin. We're going to go over 1, 2, 3, 4. For the 4, and then the second number is the 1. That's a positive one, so we go up. All right, so that's where my first point is going to go. Right there. Hard with this rubber pencil or pen thing that I have here, but that is 4, 1. All right, we always go left or right first. And then for the second number, we always go up or down. Remember, the x is a cross, so it makes a cross. So we go across first, left or right. The y's rise. So that's the one that actually goes up or down. If it's positive, the y value is positive, it goes up. For the negative value, it goes down. But this one will be side to side. The other one is up and down. All right. Next point is 3, 0. So again, I'm going to go over to the right. I start at my origin, 1, 2, 3. Notice I'm moving spots. I don't sit here and say 1. That's my 0. All right, so I say 1 when I move 1, 2, 3, and then the 0, I don't go up or down at all. All right, so let's graph that point. Again. All right, there we go. That is 3, 0. All right, and example 2 on page 55, it wants us to find a couple of these letters. I just have Q and M on here. So let's find M, the point for M. Again, we start at the origin. We go left or right first. If I were to go left, I would say negative, however far. Since I'm going to the right for M, it will be over 1, 2. So first number is 2. And then I'm going up. So that's a positive. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, first point. 2, 5. Now my other point for Q here, again, I start at the origin. I go left or right. In this case, since it's straight up, I don't go left or right at all. So my first number ends up being 0. But then I'm going to go up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that puts my point at 0, 6 for Q. All right, now on page 56, we have another topic here. I'm not doing the example 3. You can look at that after I'm done. I'm doing the just the example at the top there. A couple more vocabulary terms. It says that a set of ordered pairs such as 1, 2, 2, 4, 3, 0, 4, 5 is a relation. So when we have a group of points, we call that a relation. It's not a crazy important word to know, but the other two are very important. The domain and range. All right, so the domain is the set of x coordinates, and the range is the set of y coordinates. So that's what we're going to do. As we look at these 4 points, we're going to point out the x values and the y values. So I'm going to start with circling my x values. I'm doing that so that you can see the domain. All right, now when we do this, we are going to label this or put this in order if we can. I guess the book doesn't show it that way, but we can say that the smallest number in the x values, the domain, is 1. Another number that we have is 2. Another number is 3, and then 4. So the domain that I have is 1, 2, 3, and 4. That's the set of x values. All right, and then I've got the y values is my range. So I've got 5, 4, 2, and 0. So I'm going to put those in. 0, 2, 4, and 5. And nice part is in this, if one of these values goes again, say we had 2 5s, let's say there wasn't a 0 on the range, and we had 2, 4, 5, and 5. Well, all you would write for the range would be 2, 4, and 5. You don't have to write the 5 twice if there were 2 5s. But in this particular example, there's only one of each number in the domain and in the range, so you just leave it the way it is. All right, and the last example we have on page 56 is example 4. It wants you to make a table in which the x-coordinate represents the number of days and the y-coordinate represents the amount of growth for 1, 2, 3, and 4 days. And you can see there, that would be making a table, right? The question says some species of bamboo grow 3 feet in 1 day. So every day, 1 more foot. Another day, 3 more feet again. Another day, 3 more feet. Another day, 3 more feet. And what we're doing here is we're collecting ordered pairs. For every day, there's 3 more feet. And then the second part, part B, so this first in red would be your table. The green and black graph here on the side, that is the graph of ordered pairs. So I just took all of those like they were coordinates, 1, 3, 2, 6, 3, 9, and 4, 12, and I graph them. And then part C says to describe the graph, and it says the points appear to fall in a straight line. So that is all part of example number 4. Best of luck.